name is Amina and I'm the manager of the school. We've got about 87 children altogether, including the nurseries. We've got daycare centre. The name of the school is Islamic Shakhsiya Foundation and it means Islamic personality. So basically the name of the school explains what we're trying to do for the children because at a young age they need to build their Islamic personality. That's when you can build a child to be confident as well.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والشمس وضحاها ونفس.
Hazim's joined the school when he was 3. He's not been in state education, so the education system he's had really is here, and he's wonderful.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
I was educated in the state system in this country, and my education at primary, it's not the best of memories.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
I suppose it was very racist, the school I went to, and I was probably afraid to even answer the teacher. I wouldn't speak up in the class. So I don't want my children feeling that way. Who can tell me what we've been learning about lately? Put your hands up and no shouting out.
Caterpillars.
Caterpillars, musliha.
Worms.
Worms, yes we have. Today we're going to learn about
Bees.
bees. Okay, my bees are here today to help me tell you what bees do.
Red class are our nursery, our foundation stage 1 class, and children there are aged between 3 to 4. Their team at the moment is mini beasts, and they've been having lots of fun going and digging up worms and collecting insects.
There's the bee. You can see the pictures of the bee. Can you see? And there he is. He's taking nectar from the flowers. And this is where the honey comes from. It actually comes from the flowers.
Can I have a spoon and eat our honey?
You want to taste some honey? And that's where the bee puts it. And then we go to the bee's house and we take the honey.
Most people, when they think of Muslim schools or Islamic education, they do get this picture of a madrasa in their minds. And even amongst Muslims, that's what they think this is. And often parents come in and they're quite surprised that it's not quite like that.
If I give a spoon to everybody and we wait until everybody has some honey and then we can taste it, okay? Mama. Okay, Mama. It's okay. Here you go.
If you look to history, Islamic education was never purely religious because Islam has never seen itself as a religion as defined in English. It's seen itself as a deen, which means a way of life. And I think for us as Muslims, what is clear to us is perhaps one of the problems now is that this distinction has been made of secular education and religious education. So what we're trying to do with the school, and we're one school amongst many all over the world, that is trying to synthesize the classical traditional Islamic education with more modern methodologies which fit into the societies that we live in.
تعرفون ماذا نسمي هذا بالعربية؟ إنه الشهد.
Teacher Layla is going to
Can you
explain
repeat
it in
with
Arabic
me?
now.
هذا شهد. هذا عسل. وهذا شهد. I teach them Arabic only, the vocabulary, the shapes, the colors, the letters. I try to integrate what they do in English. I do it again in Arabic. قولوا لي ما هذه؟ نحلة. ما لونها؟
أصفر وأسود.
أحسنتم.
For us, Arabic is very important, and it is something that is part of our culture. And if we want to have an understanding of our own identity, our own culture, then that language is a key element to that.
فراشة.
فراشة. هل هي تطير؟ الفراشة أم تجري؟
تطير.
تطير. وما هذه؟
عنكبوت.
عنكبوت.
It's not just, oh, I've come into school and I have to say to teacher, oh, salam alaikum, teacher. Or I have to say to somebody else, oh, salam alaikum wa alaikum salam. It means something. It means something very special. And that is how it brings peace between all of us, okay? Our generation was a generation of children whose parents, they'd come to this country and British education was something quite amazing and they were really happy for their children to be in schools. But they couldn't necessarily relate to what their children were going through. We faced sort of a clash of identities, if you like, and so you're one person at home and you're a slightly different person at school. As a child, that's quite a challenging thing to cope with.
Coming closer to Allah, each and every way. When you think, you learn. When you learn, you know. When you practice what you know, Allah helps you grow.
Yellow class are our foundation stage 2 class, so they're effectively reception. Most of the children there are age ranges 4 to 5. What they were doing today was part of their theme of growing.
I'm going to show you Mr. Bones. Just a little visitor we have today. Okay. Mr. Bones. Who can tell me what this is?
A skeleton.
This is a skeleton. Now, where would we normally find a skeleton?
You can see them underground.
Underground?
Yeah, under the soil.
Underground, yes. Maybe they are the ones who have passed away, aren't they? Yes? We like to start off the day with halaqa. What it does is it sets the scene for the rest of the day. It starts off the thinking process, and then you can see the children then implementing certain things that they've learnt through their halaqa throughout the day. Do you remember your bean experiments? Yeah. Okay. As you can see, one has grown beautifully, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But this bean here, it hasn't grown. Why do you think that is?
Because it didn't get any water.
Because it didn't get any water.
The halaqa is essentially a very traditional classical mode of teaching in Islam, whereby teaching began with the Prophet teaching his companions in circles, so literally sitting on the floor and explaining to them what the verses of the Quran meant.
What else do we need, Muhammad, to grow? Is water enough for us?
No. We need food and drink.
We need food, mashallah. Yes, we need food.
One of the things that is a strength of the halaqa is that it's oral. And by developing the oral skills, what you're doing is you're developing thinking, and you're developing relationships, and you're developing confidence and your expression.
Do we need sunlight to grow? No. Do you think that if it was complete darkness, would we survive? No. Well, the thing is, do you remember?
Oracy is something that most primary teachers would agree is a vital element of our teaching and is neglected in our system. It's important to me that the children have an understanding of who they are and a confidence in who they are, in their own identity as Muslims. But it's also very important to me that they love to learn, and that wherever they go, that they continue on that learning journey throughout their lives.
I've been here 6 years, from reception to now, and I've learned my Islamic personality and all the stuff I have to do. Like, we have to pray 5 times a day, and like if I went, I'm gonna go do my 11 plus, and then in my next secondary school they might not tell us, so then I know what to do now, and this has like given me the foundation. Because I live in London, I have to travel here every day. So when I finish this school, I might go to this school in London. It's called Bronsbury School. It's a secondary school for boys. It's separate because it's an Islamic school.
Orange class, the age range is 7 to 8. The thematic learning is something that we're very strong upon, and I'm really pleased to see that is coming into the mainstream as well now, and we're going back to what I grew up with. I remember doing project work in primary school, and it was the bit that was fun, it was the bit that you enjoyed, and you know, making learning something that children want to do is really important.
You're going to brainstorm for me all circles and cycles you can think within your topic.
The cycle of we have a light bulb there or a buzzer, we have a battery and 2 wires.
Oh yeah, a circuit is.
Why is a circle?
Like which is the day and the night, because day and the night and then day and the night. And we do daily things. We go to sleep and then we wake up and then we go to sleep and then we wake up.
And the day overlaps the night.
Yeah.
And the night overlaps the day.
Like we wake up in the morning, we go to school, come back, go to our Arabic class, go back and go to sleep. That's like a kind of a cycle.
The theme that we chose for this half term is circles and cycles, and it's not a theme that you can open up in any textbook and find, you know, a written course or step-by-step procedure of how to teach. So I went through all the national curriculum topics for year 4 essentially, and I chose these 3 topics which I thought contained circles and cycles within them.
Everything that you learn is connected and interconnected, and what's really important about the integrated curriculum is that we are integrating Islam into all the other areas of learning, but we're also integrating those areas of learning together.
They're trying to use Andalusian patterns, Andalusian art, to kind of create a pattern of their own. There's a lot of symmetry, a lot of lines. They drew leaves and things from nature, like trees and things like that. So they're using those kind of ideas and making a pattern of their own.
Purple class, they're the year 4 group, the age range is 8 to 9. What's important to us is, first of all, is to select themes which are going to link all the different subjects together in a coherent manner.
This design comes from Spain, which used to be called Al-Andalus in the past when the Muslims ruled. These designs come from there's a beautiful palace in Al-Andalus, and it's called Alhambra.
Some topics that are there to kind of, boost their self-esteem, look at the kind of good things that Muslims have done in the past and make them feel good about themselves, their identity, but also that there's a lot of learning in there as well, and Islamic Spain is, it's a very nice topic,
Try to do the borders and then we try to mix both Arabic and English at the same time. So when try my best to just like to talk with them and just like give them some Arabic words which related. So it just like Arabic wouldn't be a separate subject totally because they are Muslims. So most of the Muslims books are written in Arabic. When it's translated, it does make a difference.
Some meaning, doesn't it?
Meaning. So when they understand it, it does a lot.
I think it's very important that our children in particular, but children generally, have an understanding of the interaction that has historically been there between the Muslim world and Europe, because there has been huge amounts of interaction over the centuries, but we tend to forget that and we tend to focus on differences as opposed to common ground.
And who gives us honey?
Allah.
How does Allah give you honey? Does Allah put it in a pot and say, there you go? No. Where did we get it from before it gets to the shop? The beehive. Anywhere we go, we will interact with people who are not Muslim. So therefore, we have to teach these children how to interact. And if they're going to become older and work in society, they're living in a society where there's non-Muslims around them. And it's very important for these children to know how to behave towards others around them.
Okay, well done everyone. Who's sitting nicely? So we would like these Muslims to grow up, with a greater sense of responsibility. We want Muslims who want to integrate but still be confident to practice their religion, their way of life, in a society who may appreciate it, who may not appreciate it, but we shouldn't be defensive about what we follow.